Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to be doing a very special reading. It's going to be different from my previous readings. The reason is this week we will be feeling a lot of heavy energy because Sun and Saturn are in conjunction in the sign of Sagittarius. If you feel that you are sensitive to energies like I am when it comes to full moons, new moons, retrogrades, and portals, then this reading will definitely be helpful. The Sun and Saturn is going to be in Sagittarius on December 9th to December 11th, and that's going to be towards the end of the week. And what happens normally is Saturn has a very heavy energy towards it. It could feel very fear-based. You feel a lot of doubts, a lot of depressive tendencies. So don't be alarmed. What happens normally when these energies are passing through us, we sort of become and take on these heavy energies as our overall viewpoint, and we have to remember that this energy is just passing through for a little bit, and it's here to teach us a lesson. It's here to help us. It's important that we stay centered and we align with ourselves and our twin flame connection. Looking for the Divine Masculine's general overall outlook right now, then I recommend my previous reading from last week for December 1st to December 4th. Those energies are carrying through, and I feel they were carried through towards the third week of December. And that in that reading I actually go through the Divine Masculine's mental, heart, and physical environments. I'll be linking that reading in the description bar below, but if you're feeling a lot of heavy doubts this week, then this reading is going to give you that peace of mind. So let's get started. This is the spread for the Divine Masculines, and it has to do mainly with not only the Divine Masculine, but how they're interacting and how they're integrating with their Divine Feminine. And the 3-card spread has to do with the past, which is the left card, the middle card, which is the present card, and the card to the right, which is the future card. So the first card that we have for the past is the Seek the Truth card. And I feel when I look at the tarot card imagery, it tells a story. I can see that they're two human heads, and they're sort of mirrors of each other. And this reminds me of the twin flame connection, because they are mirrors of each other, and because you can see that the heads in the middle overlap with each other in the middle, and there's a golden light, this divine light that is connecting both of these individuals together, these souls together. And the last thing that you can see that is important is that there's a golden line that goes from left to right, and if the line were to continue, it hit towards the third eye chakra, and there's that deep sense of inner knowing. And what the card is representing when it's in the past position is when we all entered into this twin flame connection, we definitely recognize immediately that this was a different kind of relationship. This is not something that is normal or everyday. This is something that's very unique, very rare, very, very from the soul, very deep. And when we had to make decisions in the past, as the bubble phase ended and as the chasing and running started, we had to really connect with our intuition, as can be seen with the card. You can see that this woman is standing and she is putting her back to the past, and she's also opening up and ripping open this veil and looking beyond what is seen on the outside in the third dimension, and really trying to get towards that divine knowing and the divine answers that she was looking for. And you can see that the golden light represents that she is connecting with that divine light. So for a lot of us, when we first entered this relationship, it was very contradictory. There was giving and taking, chasing and running, and we wouldn't be here all today if we did not connect with that divine knowing, and we did not all develop that deep intuition to understand how to proceed. Because a lot of times our friends or family might be saying, forget about that person, why are you even thinking about them still, what's going on, why are you still hung up on them? But it's because on the reality that it seems like one way, but when we connect with our intuition kept telling us to go forward with love, to continue with this is special, this is sacred. And now, as we've proceeded a bit longer, we understand now that the terminology for this is twin flame. So this card is representing that in the past we had to really connect with our intuition to really get to the point of inner knowing and to really help and come from a place of love, even though it seems contradictory on the third dimension level. So the middle card that we have for the present situation is open up, and I'll read a little bit about what the card says in the description that came with the tarot deck. It says, sometimes past sorrows cause you to withdraw, both from your emotions and from other people, as a way of preventing further pain. However, this closing up or shutting down prevents a free flow of energy from and to you, interfering with the ability of the universe to fulfill your desires. When this card appears, it suggests that you may have been blocked or closed off your energy field in some way. Have you let sadness or fear prevent you from moving forward into more satisfying, loving relationships? Release this blocking energy by working with affirmations, prayers, and your spirit guides. The more you open up your energy field, the sooner you will receive what you desire. So for a lot of divine feminines, we are in the separation period, and it almost seems like our divine masculines have forgotten about us. Some of them might be in karmic relationships, but understand that what the card is representing is the deep fear that is embedded in these divine masculines, whether that be past relationship hurts, ancestral hurts, or the collective of the divine masculine hurt. You'll often feel that with the divine masculine, they think that we're going to trick them. They think that if they open up to us, there's this fear that if they open up to us fully, that we are going to hurt them, that we're tricking them into getting them to open up, and they are really, 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 really in a sense of fear, and they do want to come forward, they do want to open up with us, but they're still working through those energies, and because of that, what they'll do is they'll run away from these feelings because it's too intense. Their soul is telling them to go towards, but the energy that they get is a sense of fear, that sense of they can't possibly open up right now. So just understand where they're coming from. So with Saturn being in Sagittarius this week, don't let the overall illusion of them withdrawing, them being with someone else, lure you into a doubtful or negative state of mind. Understand that they are just in a sense of fear, and this is the only way they know how to cope, is to avoid it right now. And what they're doing essentially is they thought that if they were to come towards us with this love, with their love, that we would reject them. So they're rejecting us first, just as a coping mechanism and a protection mechanism. The card is recommending that they open up, and as they're going through the dark night of the soul, as they're coming to terms with their shadow selves, they will be guided to release this false illusion of fear related to unconditional love, and fear in terms of giving love freely and receiving love freely. So don't let this current present situation fool you into thinking that it's over. And don't make this one little doubt turn into all the reasons why this union, this sacred partnership would never work. So don't get into that. Understand what's happening on the surface level is just fear, and connect back with what you did in the past, which is when you connected with your deep knowing, your deep intuition, to always come from a place of unconditional love. So when we move into the card on the right, which is the future, we can see this beautiful card. That's actually one of my favorite cards in this deck. And whenever I see this card, I automatically think of twin flames, twin flame unions, twin flame merging, and just this big, bright future that's ahead of us. So what the spread really is saying is connect how we did in the past, connect with our inner knowing, be careful of the current energies. The illusions of fear that's being presented to us is just an illusion. And as they work through their fears, our divine masculines, and they start to open up, and as we continue to be divinely guided towards unconditional love, be supportive towards our divine masculine, have positive thoughts about our union, will then be carried into the card on the right, the future card, which is the for me, it's the card of twin flame merging. The funny thing is, I always get this card, and in the outcome position recently, and I actually got this card last week for the divine masculines in their physical environment as the outcome card. So there's definitely progress being made towards union. As you can see, the two hands are bonded together in a sacred way. There's golden divine light coming from both of their palms, representing their individual missions. The gold light, as it moves upward, is now merged together into one, which has to do with the twin flame mission. It's encircling this beautiful big red heart, which has to do with unconditional love and giving of unconditional love. So the spread is recommending that we really just have faith, try to eliminate the doubts, and just understand what is going on the physical level and what's really going on underneath the surface. We have to understand the subtle energy of what's happening underneath the surface and really go with the flow, because as you can see, the outcome card is a very beautiful card. When we take a look back now at the overall spread, that we can see that there are actually 2 sevens. Move is a 7, and also the Seek the Truth is also a 7, and 7 represents a confirmation from divine guidance that we are going on the right path, that it's keep going forward in the direction that we're heading, and it's sort of that confirmation that just keep going, don't stop now. Just a reminder that the energies this week is going to be very heavy and might lead you into a downward spiral of fear-based thoughts about why this union wouldn't work, why this relationship wouldn't work. And it's reminding us to try not to think about your twin as much towards the December 9th to December 11th time period, and really focus on other things. I've been guided to sort of clean up. I've been cleaning up a lot, so do something that takes your mind off of it, whatever that might be, things that you've sort of been putting off, that it's just sort of mundane task, but as you do it, you'll sort of get caught up in that moment, and you won't be thinking as much about your twin at that time. And let's see what happens, because next week is going to be a very important week, because there is a portal that's opening, the December 12th portal. So that's it for it, guys. I hope you enjoy this reading. Just keep the faith, keep the positive thoughts going, and don't get caught up in these energies of this week. Okay, take care, and I hope you have a great day.